I have a migraine and I tried to kill myself 2 days ago. Or has it been 2 days? Yeah, it's been about 2 days. How am I doing? Not the greatest. I have hypertension, but that's not important. I'm gonna say this. Rich people annoy the shit out of me because you'll see rich people get online and they'll be like, my life is so hard. I live a life of struggle. I have no purpose or meaning. It's like, bitch, you make like enough money to fucking save all of my fucking city from starvation within like a single day. And you're out here like life has no meaning. You could buy the top therapist in the world. You can get all the gym plans, the exercises. You can choose to go on retreats where you get to figure out different spiritual meanings of life. You can backpack across the country any day you want while you just pick up your phone every now and then. I'm just saying, you can do a lot of things to find meaning in your life. But they don't. They often don't give a fuck about other people. The amount of times I have been with rich people and they just don't, like, it's even worse if they come from wealth because then they've never experienced like certain things. Like, I remember I had a date with this one guy. He was a piece of shit in a lot of ways, but I will say this. I remember he was like, oh, Timidity, like, let's get some snacks before dinner, like, something light to munch on because our reservation's not going to be a while. And it's like, okay, cool. We went into this cute little like Japanese store. We got a whole bunch of snacks, like an obscene amount. Like, I'm talking Pocky, potato chips, this and that, this and that and the other. Like, it was like we got at least like 7 different items. And like we only opened like a lit, like we had like 2 or 4 sticks of Pocky and like maybe one of the garlic bread sticks, which is just like knockoff savory Pocky. And we had all these other huge bags of chips and huge snacks and all that. And this nigga really was like, well, our reservation's gonna start soon anyway. We should just throw all this away, right? I was like, mind you, it's like all of it was unopened, pretty much. I was like, no. He was like, no. I was like, yeah, it's not open. They're perfect. We could just save it till later. He was like, save it till later. I was like, yeah. He was like, okay, if you say so. And but he really acted like he was just, I don't know, rich people don't understand the concept of leftovers because they've never suffered a scarcity. And I've met some people who don't understand the concepts of like preserving foods, canning, like not just taking 2 bites out of whatever gourmet food you get and throwing all of it away when you know that there's starving families in your neighborhood. I'm just saying. And that shit annoys me because it's like there is a like, give to people. If you don't give, then you can't be shocked that it's like, okay, a kid who's going to be starving, who lives next door, they're going to decide, okay, you know what, no one's looking out for me. I'm going to go steal from CVS, or I'm going to start boosting clothes or doing crime if it means I can fucking get what I want and I don't have to suffer under poverty. And then meanwhile, on the other fucking hand, there's goddamned like people with money who are just like, look at me. I have a shit ton of food that I refuse to redistribute. And that annoys me. When I meet other poor people, they're usually the most giving people ever. They'll be like, oh yeah, I made a bunch of trays of food. And you know what? I could give one of them out to the community fridge. And you know what? I can give one to like my next door neighbor. Because, they got a big family. And I know they're struggling right now. And this could really help them out. All sorts of stuff. It'll be people that come from money walking past homeless people. It's one of those things where it's like, I get it. You don't have to understand the concept of someone who's sitting on the side of the street with a cup begging. I think it's pathetic as well. But it still fucking happens. It still fucking happens. Because I'll put it this way, if you can't get a job, if you can't, like, or even if you try to get a job, it's like, I'll put it this way, people underestimate how oppressive most jobs are. Like, I got lucky with my food service job back in the day, but there are millions more that paid less and wanted you to do 10 times more. It's like, oh hey, you have to be in the back chopping vegetables, doing this, doing that, doing this, serving food, running plates, and also being the bartender, and we are going to pay you $2 an hour, but you'll make it back in tips, just to find out the business also steals tips. And then you're gonna have to finish off your shift with endless scrubbing, toiling, all sorts of shit. You think that you're gonna get off work at 9. Nope, you're getting off whenever the fuck everything's clean, which means you might get off closer to midnight. And a million other things that can go wrong, like physical abuse. I faced that at my fucking kitchen job, and oh my god, Brittany, you stupid bitch, if you, anyway. Brittany, when I catch you, Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky, I'm gonna, Brittany, well, she's a big bitch, I can't fight her. No, I could fight her. It's like, okay, sidetrack. Do you ever see someone who's a big bitch and you're like, I can't fight them, they'll take me down, until you realize, oh wait, no, I have gazelle-like legs and can just prance around that bitch, and she will not be able to. It's like those boss battles you see in video games where the opponent is so big that they can only spin very slowly, and their strikes seem like they're hitting in slow motion. So you have time to dodge and just be like, "Pow, pow!" Like that's why that one little tiny bitch last year, why she got so many punches in so fast. It's like she, with her little chipmunk self, maneuvered all over me. Chipmunk self, Tamia on Tamia violence. That's a good joke because chip Tamia means chipmunk, kind of. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I love chipmunks though. Simply put, a lot of jobs are, oh my god, the job search is just getting stupider and stupider. I remember that when I was at risk of being homeless, it was all these different terrible ass Indeed assessments, and it's like, let me get this straight. You mean to tell me that I can apply for a job? I can apply for a job. Send in my resume. I have to retype out my resume manually, and then write a cover letter. And then on top of that, even though there's usually an outline of what I'm looking for and about me as a person on the top of a resume, that's at least what I'm told you're supposed to do. And then on top of that, then it's like you have to go on the fucking company website, make a login that you will never use again, refill out every information, re-upload your resume, re-upload your cover letter, and then retype out your cover letter because for some reason they want you to do that, all for some manager asshole to say they'll get back to you in like 3 days, just to really hit you up like anywhere between 2 weeks to 4 months away, and they'll say some shit like, "Hi, we're very interested in you. Please send us your resume." No. And then on top of that, if not that, then sometimes it'll be an Indeed assessment. And those back in the day were these stupid fucking quizzes and tests. Like imagine you fill out an application and they're like, "Cool, to fully apply to this job, you will have to fill out you will have to do a 20-minute fucking mini game to show us how good your organizational skills are as a receptionist, as a hotel concierge, as this and that, so that we can actually send in your information fully." So it's literally a wall block. Like you know how video games have in-game purchases that are stupid as fuck? This was kind of like an in-game game to try to get a job. So then it's like, okay, I remember at one point I got so fed up I sat there all evening filling out as many of those things as I could just to still it's like still not hear back from jobs. So it's like, you mean to tell me that I spent 30 minutes or more on one fucking job application and these niggas just will insta reject you anyway? Really? Even though I scored extremely proficient in all of them? Wow. They'll be like, "You don't have experience." Okay, but I did the assessment that said I would be amazingly good at the job. And I may not be a hotel concierge, but I have like hella fucking 7 years of experiences of, as a concierge for apartment buildings. And god damn it. And then the worst part is those jobs will be like, "We need you to have a bunch of experience and we will only pay you like the lowest we can possibly go." So minimum wage or starting rates for the industry. It's so fucking stupid. It's just like a how low can you go thing. Simply put, it's like imagine if you were a homeless person and you had no access to a shower, no access to like clean clothes consistently. You didn't have friends, you didn't have family, it's just you. And then you can't even like rest on a park bench because they have stupid fucking spikes and bars or they remove them if they see you relaxing for too long. And millions of other things just across this fucking world that it's like it's not easy being homeless. I see why at some point someone would give up and be like, "I'm gonna stand near the McDonald's and just hope that I can like be nice." Maybe a little tweaked out because I'm losing my mind, cold and or overheating or unprotected in fucked up dire environments, less hygiene every day, less simple things every day. They are just torn away from the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Of course they would fucking lose their mind. Like, no offense, I lose my mind even though I have a roof over my head and access to it, like multiple things, and I still lose my mind. I'm just saying, shit happens. Overall, we do not try enough. We don't. The world doesn't try enough. And it annoys me because gentrification is also happening, so you have people who aren't even from my community. They move in, they raise the rent. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm not exactly going to be annoyed at the fact that there's less crackheads on my street threatening to slit my throat and kill me, but I am going to be annoyed that now there's like white edgy people with fucked up haircuts and ugly stick and poke tattoos seeing me in my cashmere sweater and my fucking beautiful ass jewelry walking down the street carrying a nice leather purse looking professional as fuck, and they will still jolt away from me in terror, thinking that I am going to steal their purse, or that I, like, it's like at best, at absolute worst, they see you as like a homeless crackhead. Nope, you're just a bitch who's wearing a hoodie and a beanie doing some errands, coming back home with like some fucking burgers from the local burger joint, or like a bag from Target, or like a shopping spree. And they'll be like, she's carrying all those bags and shambling. I bet she's a homeless crackhead who would hurt us. No, bitch. This is full of overpriced ass cheeseburgers. Shut the fuck up. It's like, bitch, I'm just picking up my fucking vibrators and my fucking wig caps from Amazon pickup lounges. Shut up. Leave me alone. But then on the other hand, and so it'll just be like white, and then at absolute best, if you're dressed up to the tens, like you've got your nice sexy stiletto boots, your nice little mini dress, your sparkliest best jewelry whatsoever, like looking wonderful, they'll be like, oh my lord, it's a prostitute. It's like, oh my fucking god, I want all of you dead, honestly. I really do. Seriously. But yeah, it'll be people who come from like middle class to wealthy fucking neighborhoods, or they'll just move here with all their money, and instead of actually using their money to like support the local neighborhoods, they'll just be like, I'm gonna fucking DoorDash Starbucks all the time instead of going to the corner store ran by the Filipinos near my house and introducing myself. I am gonna get CVS from all the way across town for 40 minutes because I wouldn't dare go to the local fucking bodega or the local fucking convenience store or anything. Like, and they just stay inside with their fucking porn addictions and their cocaine and their arrogance and their naivety, and they stay inside watching YouTube all day complaining about a male loneliness epidemic instead of going out and meeting people because they're afraid of women, they're afraid of other races, they're afraid of poor people, and they just don't want to try. It also sucks because comedy shows in my area used to be so fun, but with gentrification, it went from like all these different mixed, diverse crowds to just a sea of white faces with their arms crossed and a snarl, just not enjoying themselves whatsoever. It's tiresome. And it's just like, okay, so you're taking away homes. Like, it's like, cool, Section 8 apartments got destroyed so we could build your luxury apartments where you don't even use the fucking lounge. And like, what's the point? You don't integrate, you don't want to get to know the culture. You'll just come by and be like, fuck this, fuck that, and fuck that and the other. I see what they mean in this one movie I saw specifically about like the Bay Area, where they said you can't love it until you hate it. I mean, you can't hate it until you love it. Like, you have to fully make an effort to be integrated, to know every area, or at least as much of it as you can, to meet the people, meet the community, try things. If you're the type of person who doesn't know shit about your area that you live in, and you only go to the so-called nice areas, and then every once in a while you'll see like a crackhead or a black person, and then you'll be like, oh, I hate it here. It's like, no, that's where some of the charm is. There's a lot of beauty here. Like in my city, I recognize that there's people who are poor who will walk out of a fucking place holding like hella different sodas or hella different Tide containers that they absolutely did not pay for, and they will walk past security, look at you, and be like, good morning, ma'am, how's your day? And you can talk to anyone at a fucking bus stop or have a conversation whenever you want. People are really nice and friendly out here. I love it. It's a blessing. Now, are they sometimes insane? Yeah, but you know what? Comes with the territory. I'm just saying, I don't like meeting rich people because they usually don't, they just kind of, honestly, I can't name a time I've really met a rich dude who wasn't just like a grating, insecure asshole who just didn't try. Didn't. It's like your first thought when you have a bag full of like uneaten food is to throw it away instead of like, let's go give it to a homeless person or let's save it for snacking later. They don't come from a place of scarcity, but ironically they do. They're scarce in terms of like love and hope and community, and they just, I don't know. Some of them act like they're in fucking Succession or whatever, or Dynasty. It's like, no, you can like people. It's safe for you to go outside. No one's gonna assassinate you, big boy. Like, I'm just saying, I don't usually like rich people. Also, they get on my nerves. I'll also say it. It's like they'll see me struggling and they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, I just like spent $2,000 on some sneakers that I keep in a glass fucking box, and to me it's suicidal as fucking struggling. But you know what? I'm gonna just hold on to my coin. You got this, sis. It'll be someone who runs a strip club. It'll be someone who has a modeling agency or has this, has that, and the other. And then what the fuck do they do for me to help me in any way? Nothing. Just watching. It makes me feel like in Marie Antoinette, like before Marie Antoinette came into power, niggas used to not clap when people performed for them. They used to just be like, you're lucky I'm even watching you. And once I learned the power of telling rich people to go fuck themselves, I feel happy. In fact, this one dude who lurks my social media all the time, who's like a banker, I told him last night, I was like, how dare you? Like, you want to act like I should be interested in you for your money, but you don't distribute it, but you watch everything I post. How dare you? And I felt good cutting them off, and I plan to curse out more rich people today. Because why are you horseback riding and watching me struggle? No. Bye.